This is the story about how my own mom scammed me out of money and credit. I know that sounds crazy. What mother would do that? I asked myself the same question throughout the entire thing. See, as I was growing up, I was never really taught about the basics of finances. My mom especially did not bother teaching me, as she did not know a whole lot either, so I ended up pretty clueless about the whole subject. Even at the end of high school, I had no idea how to handle credit cards, record my spendings, or budget my money. I never really blamed her, but I did feel a bit deprived of valuable information. Soon, though, I was accepted to university, and thanks to my high school academic achievements, I was able to go with a full-ride scholarship. I couldn't wait, and I was relieved that I wouldn't have to deal with grants or loans during my time there. I even decided to take some time to learn more about finances and how to handle them. I was careful not to accept any credit cards during this time or do anything I was uncertain of. Finances might have been a scary thought, but I made sure not to mess it up. My life was taking a turn in a fantastic direction, and I was so excited for the life that was out in front of me. By the end of my education, I was ready to take on more financial responsibility. I felt a lot more confident and informed now that I had been properly taught about it. Maybe I could get a credit card? Then I could build my credit and find a nice apartment. Away would be the days of dorms and roommates. I was so ecstatic that I went straight to the bank to talk about getting a card. When I went to apply for my first credit card, however, I received some devastating news. Someone, apparently, had already gotten multiple credit cards and loans taken out under my name. What? I could not believe what I was hearing. This was a nightmare. I never applied to a credit card while in university, and I had no need to take out loans because of my scholarship. At first, I thought they had confused me with someone else. Someone had to have had the same name as me, right? Or something eerily similar? There was no way that it was me they were talking about. Sadly, it was. Then, when I went to check how badly my credit score had been damaged, my stomach dropped. It was awful. With this score, I would not be able to get the important things I wanted, like an apartment of my own or a car. I would not have a home or any way to get work. As upset as I was about it, I had to get to the bottom of this mystery. Someone had committed identity theft against me and basically ruined my life, fresh out of university. I needed to find out who did it and if I could somehow change what they have done. I began to do some research. Credit cards were usually delivered to houses, so I figured it would not be too hard to find out who was doing this. After a lot of time searching, I found out who did it, and I almost regretted it. Every single credit card had been sent to my mother's house. At first, I refused to believe it. There was no way my mom would have shoved her own daughter into such financial trouble. I tried to search to see if I got the address wrong, but everything pointed towards her house. I decided that there was no use stalling any longer. I needed to confront her about this. Even while I went to do it, a little voice in the back of my mind was worried and scared. What if it was not her? What if I was wrong? I would be going and falsely accusing my mother of committing identity theft against her own daughter. She would be furious, and the culprit would have not been found. On the other hand, what if it was her? What if she had actually gotten loans and credit cards under my name? I did not know which possibility was scarier. In fact, I just wished the entire situation would disappear. Just poof, gone. But no matter how much I did not want to do it, I knew that this had to happen one way or another. I had to talk to my mother about my identity theft. I eventually gathered up the courage to go to her house and confront her with all of the proof I had found. My nerves felt on fire the entire time. When I asked her about it, she seemed surprised, then upset with me. She denied it at first, even pointing out that a mother would never do such a thing to their daughter. She even sounded disappointed in me, blaming me for allowing my credit score to drop so low. I felt like shrinking into a ball, but I had to stay strong. I knew I had compelling evidence. And if it really wasn't her, maybe she would be willing to help me catch the criminal. After I showed her the proof of where all of the credit cards had gone to, and all of the loans that weren't mine, she cracked. She admitted everything. My mother really had been the one to shove me into this situation. While I was away at university, she had gotten into deep, deep credit card debt and didn't know how to get out of it. So, instead of research, she used my information to apply for loans to pay off her debt, then got new credit cards through me. I was so enraged that she had done this to me. She used me to get out of the trouble she had created, and I will never forgive her for that.